going for instead something that can function as that front line, the Stride Breaker set that you sometimes see mid lane. But it is going to be into someone who is...
It's Everfrost, and later on into the game, when he also gets Rapid Fire Cannon, the active from Glue. Wait, though.
Ooh, wait a minute. LWX losing out in the 2v1. Sure, the kill goes over to Xiaopeng, but he was just in the right place, right time to get the kill credit for being able to juke them, though. That's the thing. He's trying to see if he can juke them. He noticed they're there. It's knocked back in with Pulverize. Trying to get that damage, but unfortunately was just in range for the turret, so Teen takes him down.
What did TT have for breakfast? Because they are
and this is why we talked about how when TT started off the split, it was exciting to see how they're going to do. And here, they're continuing to be exciting. They get the flash out of H1, and they could keep this fight going if they really want to with Chalitza nearby. He doesn't have Cyclone, but the Spider-Man from Crisp is not going to be able to keep him safe, so Chalitza will take him down.
This roaming death squad is great to see. And again, I give so much credit to Teen. It's amazing to see him linking up with Xiaopeng, playing as this two-man unit. Chalitza TP's in. I don't really think he needs to, but he's there for the moral support. He didn't lose anything topside. If you see, Nuguri hasn't pushed in that wave yet, and TT turned all of that into a dragon. You've impacted all lanes in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, Teen! Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? And where did LWX go? What creative pathing?
This is honestly
this lead in this early game. Sure, it's not a massive gold lead, but it's enough to be able to make plays like this on Nuguri, even though he does try to hop, skip, and jump away. About to go Mega, so they have to be careful with this. Even with the lilting lullaby, Beishwan showing up nearby makes it so they are disengaged. Gotta be careful with how low they got. Nuguri going to go to sleep for the time being. The Brand's not going to get enough, but that's going to be able to do it for Chalitza, taking down Nuguri and scaring off Beishwan so they can get into the game here, Lyric. We're really early on into this, so even 1,000 gold is a pretty good lead as Twilight is trying to see if he can stop the take of the Rift Herald. But in the meanwhile, and a dive is attempted by TT, getting a lot of damage. Buster shot over the wall for LWX, trying to be able to get the Goomba stuff, but that was a lot of damage that came in from LWX with Destiny Gate open just to make sure there's no escape for Sam D. Teen and Sam D, unfortunately, they got a little too cocky in this play in the bot lane, and you're gonna get executed for it. Just waiting it out. That's the dredge line kill given over to Doanby.
I love seeing the confidence, the mojo.
Go for the objective.
I like that coming out from them. FPX not even going to contest. Remember, they still have the Rift Herald. TT, though, now do have 2 Drake, so if they can pick up that next one, they're at least threatening Soul, which will be nice for them. Ooh, especially with Mountain Soul coming in, you do have 3 tanks on your squad, so I think it'd be really tough for FPX if they are able to manage to pick up those next 2 mountains.
Chris is like, something doesn't feel right. I don't like this bot lane situation. Able to at least get LWX back into lane, escort them towards those minions so that they're not losing too much out on that side of the map. But here's the Destiny Gate play. Beishwan topside with that Rift Herald to be able to try to punish Chalitza underneath the turret, even with the Cyclone play to try to clear out the minion waves. Not really going to work out. First turret going over to FPX.
You know, and that was a nice response play. Oh.
Wait, what's happening to bot lane? Hello, Chris, but that's not looking so good for you. Even with an exhaust, Twilight is here. He might just be able to punch you, but instead they're going to give the kill to Xiaopeng. Should be a trade of turrets.
Ooh, though FPX able to get 2. I was going to say, because TT actually started this play first, right? We saw TT hovering and zoning off FPX's bot lane. FPX were a bit late on pulling the trigger topside, in my opinion, with having that information.
No way.
But it doesn't matter. Okay, they're going to get a 3rd charge off. I feel like FPX got weight Nuguri, because Nuguri actually went for the Divine Sunder over the Stride Breakers. Xiaopeng.
Nice flash. Ooh, lilting lullaby though. Gonna be able to catch him out of position, giving more gold over to Sam D, even with Bear Slap. It just really didn't help out. They're gonna use the Showmaking into the back line to be able to draw him away. Twilight takes him down, trying to chase on to Doanby. Gold card to slow him down, but Swirl Seed was able to at least get the flash out of him. Nuguri is about to be able to go Omega, so they gotta be a little bit more careful in the fight, even though Doanby was able to go gold. Huge Gnar ult underneath the turret, but Doanby is gone, and Nuguri doesn't have a team to be able to back him up, so Sam D is able to get crazy with the resets and survive.
TT are so in sync on these team fights. Everyone is pulling the trigger at the same time. I love it. Xiaopeng goes in onto Beichuan. Teen goes over the wall. Sam D uses his W to rocket jump over.
Ain't that a thing?
I mean,
that's definitely interesting.
It comes when we look at the CS numbers, right? First of all, you have a Twisted Fate on the Rift, so he's getting more gold by default. And Nuguri, as Teen goes in again,
I like these flanks from Teen every single time. Vaishon never being able to read it, even though they have Nuguri here. Again with the flank, could look for the Nara ult, just going to be able to get the root onto Teen, try to see if they can throw the boulder at Twyla. Get him low, but not enough. Unfortunately, they have to bail out of the fight. The turret does not have any standing left in there, so they have to back out.
So again, just more aggressive coming out from TT, and now they are going to be on Soul Point once they take this Mountain Drake. They just keep accelerating the pace of the game, and this is always the thing I love out of lower tier teams, and this is why it's kind of funny, because a few weeks ago, me and Munchables coined TT are the new Rogue Warriors, because TT had a few games in a row where they looked like 2020 Rogue Warriors, where they were very proactive. As we see on the screen, already another fight coming out.
They're trying to focus the Alistar. That ain't how it works. Getting drawn back in, and look at the showstopper to take down LWX. No way to be able to get that. And somehow a solo kill happens off screen. Nuguri lost that one, so that means FPX, there's nothing to fall back to with the double kill coming mid lane for Sam D.
And it's just unfortunate. FPX getting punished for their mistake in the mid lane. Nuguri going down in a 1v1. We were going to talk about mythic items earlier, but I do feel like going for the Stridebreaker would be more useful for him in that extended laning phase, as Beitron's getting caught out again, or is Xiaopeng getting caught out?
I was about to say, it's a 2-level discrepancy between the two.
Or you need Nuguri to find some kind of massive 5-man ultimate, in which, you know, that's your opponent making a mistake. That's not necessarily you creating that window. I like TT just sticking together and going straight onto the dragon.
Well, Destiny Gate has been opened up this time just to be able to get a little vision onto the dragon. They cannot give up the soul. Try to use the gold card, but it is going to be secured by Xiaopeng into the back line. They go. Teen was able to get a huge knock-up, and there goes LWX. Even Crisp trying to see if he can do the same, but he just cannot replicate Teen's success, even with a Nara ult into the wall. They might have gotten the kill onto Lilia. Nuguri trying to be able to escape, flashing away to be able to escape, as the rest are getting chased down by FPX trying to run away. The flash comes in. That's what you need. Sam D is on a rampage. He's insane, and only one survives for FPX. That's not going to work out.
Where were you when TT completely styled on FPX? 19 kills to 5, 4 dragons, getting a Baron. It just feels insane.
I love it. This is the kind of late season shenaniganery that I subscribe to, that I'm here for. You already know my philosophy on rooting for the underdogs, and that doesn't change here with TT as they get themselves this Baron.
You know what? Screw it. I'm all in. I'm all in. TT
Yes!
go to playoffs.
We've got him.
We're getting on this hype train. We're on my point earlier, Magical. I have this habit. Whoa,
wait, hold on. We gotta put it on pause because we got lilting lullaby ears. FPX finally pulled the trigger, but is it too late? Even with the kill on Sam D, keep an eye on how they're ripping apart the back line. Vaishwan trying to be able to escape, but they're gonna be able to get the double knockup they need to with the Cyclone. Nuguri not gonna be Gnar just yet. He's away from the fight, and Dorby is getting styled on by Xiaopeng, taking him down. Nuguri flashed in with the Facebreaker, trying to use the Gnar to be able to escape. But Teen has got his number. They've secured the fight they need to, even with the hop, skip, and jump away. It's the showstopper ace coming in from TT.
And TT are just going to be able to take this push into a win.
That they are. I'm here for it. I love seeing this. TT, they fire back game 1. They looked at what happened yesterday with Team WE and OMG, said, hold my beer, I got this one. We're gonna take down FPX in this game 1. They've got it in the bag. It's the Nexus soon to fall, maybe even padding their KDAs along the way, but they've got it.
And that was such a surprise. Let's remember, coming into this game, coming out of Champ Select, it's a champion he's played before. It's a champion that does do decently up against the Azir. The first few levels can be tough, but against
them down towards the bot lane, and with no vision and with how far they're pushed up, level 2 for Teen. Oh, a bit too early. Has to flash forward to be able to knock back Crisp. Has the shield just in case, but the Ignite is ticking, getting a big punch of damage on Xiaopeng. Flash forward from LWX to be able to get first blood. Crisp trying to be able to escape away from Sam D, but he's got nowhere to go. It's going to be a trade of 1 for 1, but it's going to be both ADCs on each side.
Scuttle Crabs in the meantime. But when we highlighted, hey, FPX have the scaling comp, they are in a fine position.
The smite went over to Beishwan. Now in a 2v1 fight, getting a lot of damage back and forth, but it is going to be the kill over to Wukong. Unfortunately,
Oh,
Doinby
God.
a little bit too late to be able to have that. Lisa was able to get double buffs mid lane on Wukong. Well, bot lane, they got a red buff on LWX, so with this play attempted, they could get a lot of damage onto the back line. They knock back in Teen, no flash. Good punch to be able to execute him for LWX.
And this is what has been FPX completely centered on Xiaopeng. Xiaopeng's been, doing great in terms of pathing. Now picking up this Scuttle Crab is, we're going to see a fight and a replay.
6 for Beishwan. Unfortunately, Xiaopeng easily caught out. Teen having to flash away to try to escape this, but they can chase you down until the ends of the earth, especially with Doinby having that Rift Walk to be able to take down a double kill.
Nice response coming out from FPX. Not going to be able to punish Talitza in response, but still, they're the ones picking up kills. This looks much more like what you would expect from FPX against TT, where they are starting to push at Nuggery.
Wow, that's a solo kill under turret. Jesus.
That's what we were hoping to see last game, but TT switched it up, put Twilight topside. Nuggery comes out with it, but Chalitza is here.
Trying to see if he can get the Retribution kill with that Cyclone. Has the follow-up with the decoy, so there it is. At least it will, after a long time, be a one-for-one sort of a trade against FPX. But like you said, it seems a little bit more like TT are the ones trying to react to FPX as opposed to before, where they were the ones constantly making the plays.
Well, seeing with the 2 kills, I actually think TT are doing this to get out of the 2v2 lane. Because look, it's 2 longswords and a Doran's Blade up against Noon Quiver, Serrated Dirk, and a Doran's Blade itself. So TT definitely actually trying to dodge the matchup. Oh, God. Teen almost finding it. Forces the flash. Yeah, really cool.
LWX has been on point with those flashes away from Teen.
Another charge secured for TT, though. So this isn't too bad. Gold is pretty even. But still, I would say FPX are in the favorable position. Even more so now with this.
Xiaopeng trying to get away. Unfortunately, you're a bit squishy here. They might even want to just gift that kill over to Doinby. You have a blue buff on top of you, Chris. You don't take it. There you go.
3-0 cast in 11 minutes. This is what we talked about in Champs. Get prio, find advantages, force fights, and take objectives.
And honestly, it's so interesting when you look at their composition. Even though Nuggery does look like he might be caught, has the ulting Lullaby, is about to go Mega, has a TP in behind, but unfortunately he's bursting down before it's completed. So now that you have Doinby here, it's a bit of a bad spot. You gotta be careful. Chili's taking a lot of damage. Good double knock comes in from the side of Team to try to keep him alive, but they're gonna be able to get the charge into the backline and take down Chalitza, trying to see if they can keep the fight going a little bit longer, but unfortunately for TT, it's been disengaged already.
Ultimately, it is still a 1-for-1, a soul laner for a soul laner, so it's not feeling too bad for FPX that they were able to respond. Also, 1 TP.
Good call from TT to be able to disengage, but unfortunately, they've now realized they have no way to actually fight against FPX and are trying to see if they can just struggle to hold on to their own jungle. Even with the fight on the base one, he's going to use the shadows to try to see if he can fight back a bit more. Still alive, finally taken down by the Emperor's Divide, but it might be a trade. Xiaopeng barely alive. Good flank comes in from Sam D to make sure that they're going to keep the fight going and catch out Nuggery, giving a triple kill over to over to Sam D.
That was so strange. We see
and they get punished. I was saying, what can TT do to be able to come back into the game? Well, punishing a couple of oversteps from FPX is a great way to be able to get back into this game.
Xiaopeng just kind of dances around the fight.
Oh, and Nuggery, even though he goes Mega and was able to maybe get a trade. Yes, he will be able to get a trade with the help of that turret 1-for-1. He's now no longer...
Isn't that impactful regardless? Their comp would need some kind of, Elder Dragon, I think, to really be able to guarantee team fights once we get that late into the game.
FPX are the first ones onto this Rift Trail, but it seems that TT are trying to defend this. Everfrost was not able to connect onto anybody. They're trying to dive into the backline. Doinby doing a little bit of damage, only tickling Teen, even with the showstopper to try to see if they can draw him back in. Look at how low Chris was taking that entire fight. They were able to draw back one, but Twilight's the first to die in the fight with Base One continuing into the backline, trying to be able to chase down Base One, but could not do it. He finally died, but it's a double kill for LWX. Make it more as they finally find the kill onto Sam D. Only Xiaopeng able to survive, trying to scamper away from the fight. They know where he's at, and
he brings in a league with all the champions he's willing to play.
Crisp, though, nearly caught out. They've got a lot of damage. TP in behind. LWX, though, is going to be able to assassinate Lilia. And Sam D on the other side at least gets a 1-for-1 trade, but Doinby not going to let him escape from the fight, even though LWX, the Baron helps out TT, trying to turn it around, but they can't do it. Doinby goes golden. They take down the final kill and get an ace.
that's the thing. Things can look okay for TT. They have a lot of upfront bursts. They do have a lot of team fight HP. And they get it. And yep, they are the ones who are able to secure the Dragon. TT did have to catch those waves coming into mid and top. And they just trade Dragon for topside vision control. But now for FPX, they just have to go back mid, lean top, and start contesting.
It's pretty much what TT had to do. Try to get some kind of vision control to be able to fight back. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going so well. Especially with 5 members FPX in your jungle. They've got the Fear and LWX falling up onto Xiaopeng to be able to pick up a double kill underneath the turret. PP a little bit too late to be able to help out. Twyla realizing that, just getting a little bit of poke damage. But FPX know what they want to be able to get. They're here for the objective.
I love the decisiveness coming from FPX this game. It punished them in game 1, but great killer instinct from LWX following up on Bei, Chuan, and Crisp's engage. This will be a Baron for them, and with their composition, they can play around 3 lanes of pressure. They can do a 1-3-1, they can lean into one side. There we go. Sorry, I'm forgetting my words today, Magical, but lean into one side of the map and just put a ton of pressure down onto TT. Put down defensive wards, and now TT have a choice because they can't defend everywhere against FPX's comp. They need to give up pressure in one lane, all in somewhere, try to create an opening, recall fast enough to then be able to stop FPX's advance.
Honestly, this seems like it's their last desperation play in mid lane. That damage onto SamD's pulled back in. LWX is able to go golden to be able to stay alive, but they have the backline that you got the killer instinct to stay alive, and now the damage rains on. Wait, Xiaopeng, where'd that damage come from to be able to get an instant triple kill? Try to see if he can dance around to be able to take down Doenby, but Doenby jumps right back on top of him to take him out for the final ace. This should be FPX now using this Baron to end the game.
It doesn't matter what kind of damage Xiaopeng can find, because guess what? We're level 15 Kassadin, which might not sound scary, but he is 10, 0, and 8. This guy is massive. Nuguri also doing, even giving windows for TT to abuse them.
And just like that, he has that TP back. He's safe, getting more.
Yeah, TT are pulling off recalls, so they know they have to give this one up. I think FPX can look to continue playing 1-3-1, pulling members of TT apart and trying to force them into a skirmish.
Consider this the late game? Would you consider this the point of no return for TT's composition, where you talked about how they don't have their scaling options, they don't have as many opportunities when it comes to these late game fights?
Yes, I think Doenby is just too big at this point in time. He's so strong.
He jumped forward and immediately went golden. And look at this. They have TT's backline completely split. They got a double kill in for Doenby. They can rip apart everyone else. Even if Teen's tank is not enough, they got a triple kill for Doenby with a double kill for LWX. A clean ace. That is the game.
Yep, and they're just going to funnel through the top side, push at it, and look for the win. And FPX being much more, I'd say, like playing towards their win conditions, much better early game, especially this time around. And now we're at 1-1. TT looking like a bit of a flash in a pan once again.
Yeah, again, the lightning flashed and the thunder crashed. It's a bit sad to see, but game 2, it's great to see if you're an FPX fan with how they're able to perform in this one. They did not bleed out an early lead. They did not give up any of that pressure.
That is really surprising because TT's comp is very low damage. I mean, FPX's comp is very squishy, so it actually might not matter too much to have that kind of impact. And again, start stacking up a lot of souls.
That is very fair. And given the fact that you already see that a lot of their lanes are starting to fall behind NCF, even mid lane Twyla might have to use that wild growth to be able to survive, but Nuguri, perfect placement to be able to be there at the right place, right time. Crisp here as well to be able to get the knock-up they need to, and first blood over to Beishuan.
Really nice play, multi-man rotation.
Leave bot lane. There's nothing you can do down there. You go somewhere else. And Crisp, listen, he went immediately mid lane to make that play happen. Well, they are going to lose out on that dragon. It is still this big lead. If you look at the gold, only
where again, CMD is more about utility. He's going to need more souls, but TP's coming out.
We're going to find out if they got the damage. Canceled the knockout. And there's no way to escape there, Chris. He could not get out with the grand entrance, and with that kill game and, you know, be able to get the best of 3 victory and all this stuff on the standings. But we just want to know if this is actually going to work. And here we go.
Nuguri might be dead.
He might be. Let's find out. Dodges away from the last embrace. Tries to see if he can jump in. And here's going to be the Abyssal Void to be able to cut off the retreat. The flash away from Nuguri, trying to be able to heal up. Let Teen tank up the turret instead. Oh, unfortunately, SamD was taken up. So now they've traded his positions, getting a lot of damage back in. Last embrace to be able to root him in place and take down the kill.
really nice from them. I honestly think Nuggery probably could have been able to survive that one. The first root misses from SamD, which was so crucial, but hey, in the end, you still pick up a kill, but FPX are ready and set up on the bottom side of the map.
Now they're trying to punish Chalitza. Looks like it's going to be the Unstoppable Force. Ooh, nice Dawning Shadow to be able to get a kill back. 2 of them, in fact, for Chalitza.
And this is what happens when you have the Senna on your team as well. You know, first of all, he's building full tank. He's not easy to dive, has the Unstoppable Force. SamD follows up with the Dawning Shadows, makes it even harder to dive him. And honestly, TT might be able to do it. They're dropping the Riptail. They're gonna get this turret out. Again, I feel like Duinbi and Nuggery are gonna be pretty useless against TT's composition, right? I feel like that's something we can all agree on. They're just too tanky, too durable. Is able to cross map with his ultimate. But
so,
you know, one
that's
turret
not
to
the lesson
none.
we wanted though.
Yeah, 1 turret to none for the side of TT. FPX do still have a small gold lead, just coming out from natural lane advantages we see in top and mid. But hey, they might be looking to punish.
Ooh, nice jump into the back line. They try to see if they can save SamD, but they are trying to cut off the retreat underneath the turret, staying alive. Same with Teen, having the shield, but here comes Duinbi to make sure they can get 1 kill. SamD still locked down, but now the reinforcements have been able to collapse. Nuggery's going to be the target, so they're going to get a 1-for-1 trade. The rest of FPX have to scatter, have to bail out of the fight, but they're going to continue the fight coming in from TT. I don't know if you want to go that far in. Xiaopeng taking a lot of damage. Might have to be able to back out of the fight, especially if they do have the Lilting Lullaby to be able to use. Look at the damage on top of them, trying to be able to escape from that one. They're going to be able to get the kill over for Duinbi, but they have a lot of damage onto Beishwan, and Chalitza finally shows up to the party to make sure there's no escape, no survival. Clap in his face.
And just over-aggression from FPX. I can understand why they were trying to look for it. They're trying to find opportunities somewhere, but the one thing we've been... And they over-aggress. Chalitza rotates around. I think he TP'd before that plays. His TP is on cooldown. And now we're 8 kills to 4, but funny enough, we need to keep saying it, gold is still even.
And this is where I want to ask you, just the hypothetical play bot lane. Would you say that it's worth it or not to actually keep that play going, or would it have been better to just fall back and try to see if instead maybe you're going to be able to snowball? But right here,
the turbo chem tanks coming out on both Hecarim and Chalitza, and FPX trying to look for it.
It's going to be the TP popped by Duinbi, try to see if they can get in the back line. But Crisp took so much damage before it all started, and they can follow back pretty easily. Unfortunately, it is LWX who gets the first kill. Duinbi back into the back line to try to get onto Twyla. They couldn't kill him fast enough. Instead, they have to be careful. They're playing with fire. This entire time, they didn't have the Malphite being able to join, so now they lose Teen. Twyla taken down. It's a double kill. Make it a triple if you count how long extended that was for LWX. SamD locked underneath the turret. Going to be able to get a lot of damage back on Nuggery, but it's FPX who are able to find the Primer with the similar style that LGD played. They tried to make it so they could defend him. Even here, they're trying to see if they can defend SamD to be able to have that person be far ahead. Is right now Nuggery just dives underneath the turret to Chalitza and Xiaopeng because they can move around this map so much faster than it feels like it has to be the one to pull the trigger and try to catch out of position FPX while they can kite back. I'm just wondering when they want to be able to pull the trigger to try to see if they can get FPX. The Dragon just might die before they're able to show up in time. And LWX, we've already seen the amount of damage he's able to do a lot of these tanks. And Duinbi waited that entire time to jump onto Twyla, force a Wild Growth onto Lulu, so that LWX still kiting back, lilting Lullaby to help it out, getting the flash out of Chalitza, who's running away. It was a double kill for Beishwan. The rest of TT trying to escape with the flash forward, almost going to be able to burn down Twyla. Doesn't get a shield, can't get it in time. The passive picks up a triple kill for Beishwan.
You know, TT almost made me a believer. FPX though, Crystal going.
Oh man, they got Crisp. SamD trying to fight back.
God.
The help of the turret gets a triple kill for SamD. LWX should be able to barely survive, but that is a messier fight than I expected.
I mean, this is just inexperience and misjudgment, again, about playing against the Senatom Ken. It's just not been top of LWX, SamD, and Twyla pulling out some sustain from the back line.
Ooh, Paranoia trying to jump on top of Twyla. Wild Growth to keep him alive, though, and that's the big problem, trying to be able to do that, even with a lot of damage into the back line. They're still all alive. Huge Unstoppable Force, but look at the damage from the Shock Blast, being able to take down 2 immediately for Nuggery. They continue to chase down TT, no longer having to fear. They can now turn for the Baron.
Nice from them. We saw them get on top of Twyla early. They forced out the wild growth on top of himself. LWX, nice use of summoners, completely funnels away from the Hecarim after the ultimate comes out. Like you said, this will be a Baron. This will be, once again, 3 lanes of pressure coming out from FPX. I think Nuguri is going to be massive at using this Baron. The thing is, FPX need to play around timers really well.
Be able to try to burst down TT like they have been doing, even despite the fact that they're pretty tanky. You got to be careful. UNB is waiting for the flank, waiting to jump on top of Twilight, jump on top of Sam D, but it is going to be at least the initial engage in the backline. Quickness was able to get a nice knock up in the backline. Twilight uses the wild growth again, self, but LWX jumps right into the backline. Immediate double kill, continuing to chase down TT. It's a clean ace.
Really nice play coming out from Chris Bright. You highlighted the quickness into the knock up coming through, allowing for multiple members to get on, and actually, I think FPX are able to end. 20 seconds.
They might be. Yeah, they got Baron on everyone. They're going to try to see if they can end it here at 24.5 minutes. I didn't think that they'd be able to, but they are saying that they want this series, that they want this game, that game 1 was just a fluke. They will be able to end this game right when TT respawn. The snipe is not enough. The Nexus falls, TT fall as well, and FPX will continue to remain at the top of the standings.
I was watching, I will